All right, hello Gemini. Welcome to Three Rabbit Tarot, and thank you so much for joining us for your weekly reading for the week of what week is it? For February 14th. So just in time for Valentine's Day. Gemini, let's go ahead and get started with your general energy going into this week. Gemini, not a totally positive start here with the Tower card as your general energy. So I can see you as being in a situation right now, Gemini, where I think your last week's reading was like overcoming like toxic people or something, or like overcoming like toxic family members to really having like that trial right now between you and those individuals. I think that that's the thing that's like taking up all of your energy right now, Gemini. So if you're a Gemini right now going through some sort of disastrous situation with family members, it can be that things have almost like reached a head here with the Tower card. Like things have collapsed completely. You know, like when you're feuding with family members sometime who are like really toxic and not for you and are not really supportive of your lifestyle, eventually things are going to reach a head. Harsh words are going to be said by both parties, right? So I think that you're in a situation right now, Gemini, where you're like currently experiencing that. So it's like a lot of like heightened, intense, negative emotion right now. And Gemini, here as your challenge card, we have the Hermit. I think that this came up for you last week as well in some position. Maybe it was like you're above or something. I can't quite remember. But I think the Hermit card also came up in your last week's reading as well. So I think that you're still, whatever the journey was from last week, and that's why I say it in these readings. These weekly readings do not just encompass a week. Like they can go span over like 2, 3, 4 weeks, or sometimes they can really establish the energies that are going to be haunting you for an entire year, or not haunting you, but like supporting you for an entire year, let's say. So right now you're in a situation where you have to kind of like really tap into that Hermit energy, and that's a challenge card. This is kind of telling you like you're really not you're not investing enough in yourself right now. You're not investing enough in self-care, especially when you're going through like this you're just like totally at odds with these people who you're like feuding with right now, and it can like take up all of your mental space. Every day you're thinking about this. You wake up angry at these people. You go to bed angry at these people. You text them all day, like telling them like, oh, fuck you, like get out of my life. And then they tell you the same thing. But it's like, this is telling you, Gemini, turn things around. just turn off, get off of like Messenger, block these people's phone numbers for a little bit. Stop taking calls from them. Stop messaging them. Stop allowing them to follow you. Become the Hermit right now, Gemini. You need to like kind of focus on yourself right now. Let's go ahead and see what's happening in your recent past, though. We have the Moon card, a lot of confusion with these individuals. Like you want things to get better with them, but at the same time, they probably won't, And then here in your area of the future, though, we have the Page of Pentacles. So it could be that like by overcoming this challenge with these people, and by refocusing your energy right now away from just being angry and then focus it into something new, there could be like a new creative enterprise for you here. There could be some new creative outlet, like, instead of arguing with them all the time, like maybe you just practice, like whatever you're passionate about a little bit more. If you're passionate about playing instruments, just go, instead of spending 3 hours arguing with them and like being mad at them, just go like reinvest your energy into something else. I had a situation where I was working at Starbucks. It was my first job. And our first manager, he was great. And then he left and was replaced for, I think, about like 4 months by somebody who was pretty just terrible, like the worst manager ever, the worst that I've ever dealt with in my entire life. She was incredibly malicious, terrible person. She, cut my hours for no reason. She accused me of like weird crimes, like not crimes, but like weird workplace issues. She accused me of like time theft, for instance, because I took a couple minutes to talk to a friend while I was like cleaning a table, right? And then she sent me home. And I could have just been mad at her. I could have like wasted all my energy on like feuding with her and arguing with her. But instead, I was like, okay, I'll go home. And I went home and I made I took all of my negative energy and I put it into like a photography project. So I made like this crazy photography project and I invested the whole day in this thing. But at the end of the day, I had like a really cool photo shoot done. So I'd say that right now you kind of need to reinvest your energy right now, Gemini. That's what this reading is saying. Here in your area in your area of above, we have the Knight of Swords. So I'd say that you kind of need to rush forward a little bit more away from the situation, rush out of the situation, and rush into something that you're passionate about, Gemini. Here in your area below, we have the Two of Cups card. There could be somebody in your life right now who is like, who you should be redirecting your energy towards. And I think that might have come up in your last reading. I'm not quite sure. But this idea of like, instead of focusing so much on these toxic people and being angry at them, focus on like bringing love into like your friends or like a new loved one. Especially, it's Valentine's Day. Come on, like, you don't have time for this. Whatever this is here with these toxic people, don't even worry about it. It's Valentine's Day. Focus on somebody else. Focus on loving yourself, loving other people, loving your friends even. Here with the Four of Wands card is an area of advice. That's what this is. This is referring to the Two of Cups here, referring to the Lovers card. This is building up the foundation of something new, Gemini. So really, if like you can take this disaster energy, this hatred and anger, and then focus it towards building something instead, it's going to be much more beneficial, not just for you, but the people that you really love. And those are going to be the people who start the new chapter of your life, Gemini. Here in your area of external factors, we have the Justice card. So you could, maybe this is a situation, Gemini, where like not only are you feuding with these people, but maybe, I don't know, there's some legal issue here too. So I could almost see like a Gemini here who is going through a legal conflict with family members. It could be that they stole something from you, you're going to court over it, or, there's been accusations thrown against each other. So I can kind of see like a negative court situation here. And that might be why this is taking up so much energy from you right now, Gemini. Here in your area of hopes and fears, you have the Six of Cups card. So I think that you're just kind of worried right now about cutting off these people, and you're worried about like how the relationship has changed so much, because like, right now you might be angry with these people, you might really resent them, they resent you, but you still have like these fond memories from like a long time ago with them, Gemini. So it can be like a little bit painful, right? And Gemini, here is your area of an outcome. We have the Knight of Pentacles card. So I'd say here, really just kind of focus more on like, even if you're not rushing forward on like a new creative project, you don't have to become like a famous photographer over the next couple of weeks or something, or like a famous, like whatever your hobby is, right? But you can at least start to reinvest that energy a little bit right now, and that's going to help you grow something new, something that can like benefit you in the future, and like in the coming weeks, the coming months, the coming years. That's going to be the thing that really continues to support you. Not this toxic energy. This toxic situation is going to go away eventually. So Gemini, here at the end of your reading, we're going to pull 3 cards for 3 yes, no, or maybe questions. So if you want to pause the video and think of those questions, we're going to pull 1, 2, and 3. So for your first question, Gemini, I have a yes. For your second question, I have a maybe. And for your last question, I have a definite no on that last one. So Gemini, thank you so much for joining us at 3 Rabbit Tarot. If this reading resonated with you, please check out your sun, moon, and rising. Also like this video because it really helps us out. And you can follow us on Instagram where we post additional tarot content, but also mainly like rabbit content as well. So thank you so much for joining us, Gemini, and we'll see you next week.